Interesting prison fact. The fact is, if you go to prison, especially for a significant amount of time, it's more than likely your girl's going to leave you. Not all the time, but most of the time. But the women that stay, boy, are they loyal. Boy, are they strong. Some of them women's strength even baffles me. In fact, I remember when I was in prison, there was this one young dude from LA too. He said he used to stay in like the 20s area. He was a non-affiliate, but he was in a prison. He probably had like 16 months left. Just a regular dude. Was in there for something. I don't even know what he was in there for. But he had a girl that came every weekend to visit him from Los Angeles. And the prison was at least 2.5 hour drive. Because we was like on the borderline of Mexico or, borderline Mexico. And she kept him fed and all that. However, me and my boy used to not understand how she was so strong because his breath, Bruce Lee ain't kicking like that. People used to hate when they used to have phone time after him on the wall phone. If he had like a 315, I'd try to get at least a 345. Give somebody else some time to wipe that off because that phone be stinking. I could put it like this. One day I'm laying on my bunk because I'm laying on my bunk, but our cell was close to the phone. Like we was the closest to the phones. And I'm just in there kicking and I hear somebody walk up to the phones and they like, damn. And I'm just in there dying because I know who was just on the phone. But like I said, I kid you not, his girl was up there every weekend. In fact, the OG in one of the other prison stories I was telling y'all about, the one the girl sent them the long, crazy message, his breath used to smell just like that. It was so bad. I used to hate when he used to come to the cell and ask us for stuff or try to talk. Because in order to hear, you got to walk up to the crack of the cell and you got to be right there. And he'd talk and his breath would just come. Like boom, bam, bam, bam. Come up with an excuse real quick. Like, hey, bro, I got stuff in here, man. You making the cell hot. Like, I'll holler at you when I come out. His breath smelled so bad. His cellie say he used to have to tie his head with a shirt to not smell it. But I kid you not. His girl was keeping him fed, putting money on his books, buying phones, doing whatever it took. Well, for a period of time. With that breath kicking like that. Interesting prison fact. I'm tired as hell, but I'm going to give y'all one prison fact before I go to sleep. It's I guess it's about me, low-key. Any man that's been in prison or any woman that dealt with a man in prison knows that pretty much the man isn't on the same level as he was on the street and doesn't really have the same authority as he would have had prior. Like, a female can get away with some stuff that she wouldn't get away with if he was on the streets. And a lot of times you got to just, suck it up. I remember when I was in jail, or prison rather, I had a female I was talking to probably 2 years. Never met her on the street, but I got a liking to her because I had a phone. I was able to contact her. And I believe my feelings was real at the time. So in my head, we was in a relationship. And from what she said too, whenever I bust my little plays, I try to help her out. She'll try to help me out when she can. And it was good. But I remember one time, she was supposed to do something for me. And I ain't talked to her for a couple days. Then when I finally contact her and I get back on the phone, I don't know, we just talking, we chopping it up, saying something. And a lot of times with dudes in jail, the whole conversation really be just waiting for the opportunity to ask for something. And not seem like the whole conversation was about asking for something. But I was waiting to ask for something, which was like a package that she said she was going to get me. And somehow, I don't remember how it came up, but she like, yeah, you be tripping on me and I'm already frustrated. I ain't had sex in like 4 months. I said 4 months? She said, nah, I meant 18 months. I'm like, that's a big difference. She said, there you go, always trying to start stuff. Do you want the package or not? I'm like, bro, I know. Like, what? Huh? I am kind of hungry. My bad, baby. I'm tripping. Yeah, make sure you get that CD I was talking about. Yeah, you can sell your phone calls to whoever you want for whatever you want, but like the regular phone calls don't cost too much. However, if you have a cell phone and you selling that, I personally used to spend my money with the Southsider from Compton. I give them $50 to have the phone from 8 a.m. to 8 at night, be in the cell jugging all day. Like I say, you really could support yourself in there till somebody obviously tell on you and they running your cell. Or one of them girls call up there and get your cell ran in. A homie and walk by the cell like, hey, hold this phone real quick. Like, hey, bro, what's going on? I just had to cuss that. I don't know who she thinks she playing with. What you say? I said a lot. And then boom, everybody, they running in them cell. She calling up there saying he got a cell phone, saying he got drugs. That's why it's very beneficial to have a certain type of woman, one that fight fair.